Hi guys, it's Angie. I wanted to get on and do a little vlog and show you a few things, give you a health update, that kind of stuff. Got my little list of things to talk about. Pam and Margaret both did tea videos, so I'm not going to make tea, but I'm going to show you my tea stuff. And just a few other things. Health update. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going through, I think, probably normal, but I'm feeling kind of depressed. And so I'm just trying to get out of that funk. So this morning I got up and I put on makeup and, you know, just trying to drag myself out of this funk. I'm having one of those poor me, you know, kind of things. Like, you know, I'm doing everything right, so why is this happening to me kind of stuff. But, you know, I think that's pretty normal and I'll get back out of that funk. I have a doctor appointment with my regular doctor on the 20th and then with my cardiologist on the 27th. So, but yeah, I'm feeling alright. I'm just really tired. It's like no matter how much sleep I get, I feel like I need more, but that's pretty normal too. So today I'm gonna my husband's gonna take me to breakfast, and then I've got a few things I need to get, and I can't drive yet, so he's gonna drive me around. So anyway, let's see. Let me start with tea. Like many of you, I'm a tea drinker too. I love tea. I also love coffee. I only drink coffee in the mornings, and then tea I'll drink, you know, afternoon, evenings on, you know, anytime I'm feeling like a hot beverage. So let's start with what I brew my water in. We have a Keurig and it will do a hot water, it's got a hot water dispenser, and sometimes I will just put the hot water straight into a cup from there. But most of the time I use an electric tea kettle, and this is what mine looks like. It's a Hamilton Beach. And I got mine at Target, but they also have them like at Amazon and places like that. Tells you how much water's in it, and then this is like the switch that you, and then if you can see on the bottom, there's like that, well, basically what it is it's got a, you know, I'm really sorry, the medication that they switched me to is making me feel so stupid. It's like I'm confused and stuff, but your body within a couple weeks is supposed to get back to normal. But so anyway, there's like this thing plugs in, and you can leave this plugged in, and then this sits on there, but you can see, you know, it's cordless and everything. So what I would do is just put, you know, fresh water in there. And the reason I love this so much better than like a on the stove teapot, I love this kettle because you would not believe how fast this thing heats up. It's like you just push that down when you're ready to start, and then it'll light up, and then when it's done, it'll pop up. It doesn't whistle, you know, but that's okay. It gets your water really, really hot. And if I want to, like, put some water, like in a little tea, you know, a little ceramic tea kettle, and just take it with me so I can have a couple of cups of tea, that makes more water than like the Keurig would. So that's the tea kettle I use. I like both loose leaf tea and tea bags. A brand of loose leaf tea that I really like, I haven't tried Stash Tea's loose leaf yet. I love their tea in the bags, but I think this is a Doggio. I really like this brand. I get it online, and these are, and you can get like smaller bags like this, or you can get great big bags. Like this one is spiced apple chai. And then I have blueberry. So, and then in my nice little, I think I've showed you guys these little tea canisters before that I got from Stash Tea. I have this one and a turquoise one, and I did break down and order the red one because I made an order with them the other day because I'm trying to get some more decaf teas, you know, like some herbal teas, because of the whole heart thing. I'm kind of reserving my caffeine for just in the morning when I have my cup of coffee, and then when I have my tea, I'm going to try to stick to decaf teas, which neither one of these I don't think were decaf. But so, you know, just to save on the caffeine. So that's the loose leaves. My favorite brand of the bagged tea is Stash Tea, and I wanted to show you this. Oh, one other thing. When I do the loose leaf tea, I have this handy little, you know how they say you're supposed to like squeeze your tea bags and you can't really do that with loose leaf? Well, look at this thing. It's like an infuser. I mean, you can stir with it and everything, but there's this thing on the end that you can push, and you can actually squeeze your loose leaf tea too. And I thought that was pretty handy. I like that a lot. You just have to be careful, you know, you don't want to fill this to the brim because loose leaf tea expands, so. But I don't remember where I got this. The brand is Healthy Steps, but I've had it for a really long time and I don't remember where I got it from. So, but there's loose leaf. For my tea bags, I got this. This I keep on top of the refrigerator, and see it says tea stand. I got this from Amazon a while back, and you can hold, it holds all your tea bags for you, and these actually will come off, you know, so then you can just kind of load them up with your tea. And the Stash teas, it'll hold 10 of them if you do them like one up, one down, you know, you alternate. But I thought this was really cool, and it holds a lot of tea bags, and you can put it in your cabinet or wherever, and then it just has all these spots. It's just really, really nice for tea organization. I like it a lot. This takes up a lot less space than like having all the boxes and stuff. And then I have tea tongs, which these are like what you would squeeze your tea bag with. And I got this from Kohl's. It's made by the Food Network, and it comes with this little thing, and then here's the tongs. And I used to have a pair of metal tongs that both sides had the holes in it, and I like these how just one side, because I feel like I can get a better squeeze out of it, and maybe it's just my imagination, but that's my tongs. And then my last thing on tea is I'm fond of these Torani syrups. Like this one is English toffee. I have a pumpkin spice. This one's vanilla. They come in all kinds of flavors, but I'll put a splash of that in my coffee sometimes, not my tea. But there's one flavor that I do put in tea sometimes. They have one of these that's a coconut, and so I might take like, you know, a chai tea and add a little bit of the coconut, and then I make a coconut chai. And these I get at World Market because to me they go on sale a lot there. But you can also, if you have Gordmans, they have them there for pretty reasonable. And then the grocery store sells like smaller containers. So that's my sharing about my tea. And I drink tea every day. I just love it. I really like, if I'm using like a fruit tea, like you know, a mango passion fruit or a yumberry blackcurrant, those kind, I just add 1 pack of stevia. I don't add milk, but if I'm using like a, you know, a more savory tea like a chai or a pumpkin spice or that kind, then I still use 1 pack of the stevia, and I do use milk. So, but that's how I take my tea. Okay, let's see. Next thing, remember a couple of vlogs ago I told you about prize candle and how they've got the rings in them, and my very first prize candle I got the ring and then I won another ring. Well, my second prize candle I didn't win another ring, but I got this one. This is the one that was in the prize candle. I never know how to make the light show up, but anyway, that's this one. And I thought it was really pretty. Looks kind of like an engagement ring. Now the only thing is I need to have more patience, because with this one, I kind of dug in the wax to get the little container out, which ended up getting wax all over the ring. So that was really fun to get the wax out of all those prongs and everything. So I need to just learn to have patience. And then I have burned, I'm on my 3rd candle, and I did finally get the ring out of it yesterday, but I just let it burn until the ring just came right out. It comes in like a little plastic circular container, and I meant to grab, but inside the container is the ring, and it's in a little mini Ziploc bag, and then inside there is like a little piece of paper, and you take the paper, you go to Prize Candles website, and you input the number, and usually it'll tell you just, you know, the value of your ring. But then sometimes, like what happened with me with my very first candle, is you win another ring, and that happened to me with my third one. I haven't got the ring yet, but this is the ring that came in the candle. Let's see if it'll focus. But this, I just can't believe how pretty the rings are that they put in there. And they're nice. They're not, see how they're, that's even got like a design on the side. They're not like, you know, cheap little gumball machine rings. They're nice rings. And so that was, I love this. This one's really pretty, and I'm excited to see what the other one. So it's like I spent I think it's like $25, which is not bad for a good quality candle. But you know, I got sucked in, and I probably won't do this again, because you know, how many rings do you need? But on New Year's Day they had a buy 3 get 3 free, so I bought 6 candles. Actually, I bought 3 and I got 3 free. So that's one of those, is what this one came out of. So there's a prize candle update. So far, after burning 3 candles, I have been impressed with all the rings I got, and 2 out of the 3 I won another ring. So, you know, that's pretty good. Next thing, I think I've told you before, I'm a bit of a nerd, so you all know that. So I'm going to share one of my favorite movies, and then one of my favorite characters, Guardians of the Galaxy. I love this movie. I've watched this, I think, I'm not even going to tell you how many times, but I like it. It cheers me up, and I've watched it a few times the last couple times the last couple of days. One, Chris Pratt that's in this is not hard to look at. He's a very handsome man. The music in this is phenomenal. I also have the soundtrack. I can't wait till the second one comes out. My favorite character in this movie is actually Groot, and it's kind of funny because I'm not a Marvel expert or anything. I'm not like really into comic books or anything like that, but I really like Groot, and he's been in some other things, but I looked up like his origins, and he's been around for a really, really long time. Started as a bad guy, but now he's a good guy. I like him so much better as a good guy. But anyway, I just really like Groot, and just, I don't know, everything about him. So I got this movie. I'm like obsessed with this movie. Well, I had to buy a t-shirt, and I got this t-shirt, and this is like baby Groot. See how he's like in a pot? Because he can grow from just like a sapling. But this shirt I think is really cool because I got this from through Amazon. There's a website I found out about called Society 6, and they have artists. Like, this is something an artist painted, and you can get, and this was a female artist, and I'm sorry I don't have her name, but you can get the print on like a t-shirt or a poster, or you know, all kinds of different things. But that website supports artists, and I thought that her art was just beautiful, so I got that. And then I don't collect bobbleheads, but I bought 2 bobbleheads. I don't have any idea what in the world I'm going to do with them. I thought about taking them and putting them on my desk at work, but I was kind of afraid somebody would steal them. So someday, when I have my craft room, I'll probably put these little guys in there to just, they're not crafty, but I think they would cheer me up. They already cheer me up. But I got regular Groot. Can you see him? There's like such a glare. But I got regular Groot. And then I had to get baby Groot. They call him Dancing Groot because there's a part of the movie where he's dancing in his little pot. But I just thought these are like, I think one was $8 and one was $10. They're not like really expensive, but it's just something about those little guys. I came across them when I did a search on Amazon for Groot because I just wanted a t-shirt. And then I saw these and got suckered in and got these. But I don't know, something about Groot. You know, he's just like, he's peaceful and he doesn't really say much. I am Groot, but I really like him. He cheers me up. Okay, so let's see. Told you about my teas. Told you about my Groot. Told you about my prize candle. I have my little list here. Last thing I think is I wanted to tell you about my temperature scarf. I'm like, I think I'm 2 days behind, but I was several days behind when I got out of the hospital and got all caught up. But I've been writing the temperatures down, and then when I was in the hospital I didn't have this with me, but you can always go back on an almanac and get the temperatures, so that's what I did. But here in the Missouri area where I live, the temperatures have been going up and down and up and down and up and down, so I'm getting to use a lot of colors. And then I'm looming mine, and so this is what it looks like so far. And I'm using kind of a that Karen Simply Soft, so it's a thin yarn, so I've chosen to loom it in a circular loom because then when it's all done it'll be double. But it's so soft. But see, I've gotten to use several colors. Don't the colors look cold? They look like cool, like what you'd use in the winter. And I'm gonna get to use, it's supposed to actually, so the temperatures have ranged anywhere from single digits all the way up into the 50s. And what is it? One day next week, if it holds, we're supposed to get up to 60. So I'll get to use even another color. So anyway, that's mine so far. I'm happy with the colors. I think it's going to turn out nice. It'll be really fun to see what it looks like after 12 months. And I was afraid that maybe it would be too long, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's actually going to be just right. But that yarn is kind of like stretchy, so, or not, I don't know, not stretchy, but I don't know where I'm going with that. So anyway, and then I finished a scarf. I finished this pink one. This is made with the Bernat Softy Chunky, and this one's like called Baby Pink, and I'm working on one that's called, I think it might just be called Fuchsia. That's like a hotter pink. And then at work I'm working on one that I think it's like a variegated Softy Chunky called Calm or something like that. But I don't have access to it right now. So back to the whole health thing. My boss has been really supportive. You know, she called me while I was in the hospital, and then I normally work from home on Fridays, but I go in 4 days a week, and so she told me to go ahead and work from home, you know, because I did go ahead and go back Thursday, which I was going to take the whole week off since I just got out of the hospital Tuesday, and then Wednesday I just rested, caught up on YouTube videos, you know, stuff like that, knitted, just caught up on that stuff. And then Thursday I went ahead and went back working from home and just still kind of took it easy, you know, didn't really dive right in there. And the same thing with yesterday. And then next week she told me to work from home the next 2 weeks. So for sure next week I will, but the following week I might go ahead and go down there. Only the main reason is because we just went through, they call it PC refresh. Every 2 years you get a new computer or laptop, whatever it is that you are using. And I use a laptop, so, but since the people aren't in my area, you have to like ship your laptop off. They pay, and they pay for all the packing materials and everything. And then the technicians take and transfer, you know, all your stuff to your new laptop, and then they mail you the new one. So I got the new one, but it also came with the docking station and the keyboard and the mouse and all that stuff. And I do want to go ahead and go down there and get all that stuff hooked up. you know, just to make sure it all works and everything. The laptop itself works just fine. You know, I used it Thursday and Friday. And I have dual monitors there, which is easier to work. If they ever do let me full-time work from home, I would have a setup where I would have the dual monitors and everything, but I don't. And since I work for a bank, I get a 3-day weekend, which is really nice. So, you know, I work those 2 days because I felt like I was up to going ahead and working, you know, and then I don't have to use all my sick time up, which I get 10 sick days a year, and I really only use 3 because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And normally I don't even use any sick time, maybe 1 or 2 days a year, but you just never know. And God forbid this happens again, which I certainly hope it doesn't. But you know, it's like, even if you go online and read about like a coronary artery spasm, a lot of times they aren't supposed to lead to heart attacks, but mine has twice now. And also, it's like there's all these risk factors: smokers, overweight, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, blockages, you know, all this stuff. And I don't have any of it. The only part that I have is exposure to extreme cold. You know, we've had a few days where the wind chills were like way below 0, but I wasn't even outside very long, so I don't think it was that. High stress is another thing, which I do believe led to my very first one. But I have just your normal stress, you know, where people might piss you off at work, and just, you know, just your normal stress that everybody has. Not anything where I felt like I just couldn't brush it off and I'm fine, you know, at home and stuff. So I don't know what, you know, the only thing I guess I can do is take the medication, which they totally switched all my medication around. And the one medicine that's, I think, is making me feel like kind of out of it is like the blood pressure. Even though, like I said, I don't have high blood pressure, they want your blood pressure to stay low. And so I have to check my blood pressure twice a day. And I did go buy a new blood pressure monitor because the one I had was just like a $20 Oregon Scientific one. And I guess my blood pressure is low enough now where it kept giving me errors and having a hard enough time reading it. So I did some research online and went and bought one that's by Omron, and it said it was like doctor recommended and stuff like that, and it's got a 5-year warranty. You know, it was $58.99, so more expensive than the other one, but it reads it right off. And it's like a wrist one, even tells you when you're at heart level and everything. So it's even got like a detector for heart rate, like if you have irregular heartbeat, stuff like that. So it's a lot nicer, so I feel more comfortable with it. And then I'm logging my blood pressure and everything. But it's that medicine that I think is making me feel kind of confused sometimes. And they said to watch out for feeling dizzy and everything, and it hasn't done that so much. Just a little bit. I've been careful about not standing up real fast, stuff like that. And I don't know where I was going with that. Where was I going with that? You know, I just know, I don't know what is up with my camera, but I have a Samsung camcorder, and I noticed that it'll like stop recording and then start again almost immediately. And I can tell when it does it because I'll go to look to see the counter, and like right now it says 3 minutes and 49 seconds. And I know I've been talking longer than that, so it must have done it again. There must be some cutoff where it does that and then starts back up. So you'll see like a pause or whatever. So I'll end up with 2 videos on the SD card. See, I just feel so out of it. So anyway, I think that's all I wanted to share. Just kind of share my tea, my temperature scarf. I'm really enjoying the temperature scarf. Sometimes I don't do my 2 rows every day. Sometimes I'll wait like 3 days and do 6 rows in a day, stuff like that. But that's what's nice about it too. There's like no pressure. I really like it, and I like how it's turning out. And I think that's it. I am looking forward to getting outside, and only just because I'm gonna go to the pet store. We need some dog treats, and I want to find these Quest bars. I don't know if you've ever heard of those. They're like a protein bar, but they're low carb and not high fat and all that stuff, because I'm supposed to always take those blood pressure medicines with food, and so I wanted something that I could eat, you know, could have right then. So, and I looked online and Hy-Vee carries them, so if they're not too expensive, I'm gonna buy some of those, because most of those bars and stuff like that, they're so full of sugar and they're not healthy. But these are supposed to be healthy. They're not supposed to have a bunch of sugar. They're supposed to use like organic ingredients, stuff like that. So we shall see. And there was, oh, and I gotta go to Sam's. I wanna get some stuff there, so. Anyway, I'll quit rambling at you now. Oh, last thing, and I should have said this at the very beginning. Again, thank you so much. I have gotten such a huge response from people of support. And thanks to Pam, I've gotten some more subscribers to my channel, so I really appreciate you guys coming over. I hope I don't bore you to death. Stick around. I mean, I think I'm kind of a nice person. And I know I've met so many nice people through YouTube. It's just such a wonderful community. And I've gotten like just so many lovely words of encouragement on my videos and Instagram. Those of you that are on Instagram, just such nice I mean, it just makes me feel so good, because I don't have a lot of family here. You know, none of my like, I've got my husband and my 2 sons, but like my mom and dad and brothers and sisters, none of them live here. So my support system here, and none of the people I work with are here. They're all in Delaware. You know, I'm the only one here. So my support system here, I have a good one. You know, it's my husband and my 2 boys and my mother-in-law. But that's all, and my best friend Charlotte. You know, that's my support system here. You know, people that I can actually get hugs from. But I didn't know what a huge extended family I have. You know, all my friends, from all my YouTube friends. And that, you know, it's crazy, because the first heart attack I had back in 2009, I didn't have all that like extended care. You know, I did have, at the time I did have people that worked with me at my office. But the stuff we were going through at work, it's like, it's almost like my issue was kind of a blip. You know, we had to get back to work and everything. But the support system I have this time is just so much bigger, and it just makes me feel so much better. And so I think this time the depression, I'll get over it quicker, you know, and I will just, you know, what do they say, suck it up, buttercup, you know, and just go on. And, you know, don't dwell on why me. And I have all of you to thank for that, because just checking my phone and seeing all these nice comments and all the comments on the videos and everything. When I was in the hospital, I had my phone with me and I was checking all that stuff. It just, I can't even explain the feeling. It's just, I love it. And thank you so much. Okay, that's it, because I'm going to start crying and I'm going to mess up the makeup. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.